Good evening. This is Chris Thornley, Chairman of the Board of Health of Monroe. Today is 5/13/26, and we are having our normal regular meeting of the board, conducted all electronically on pursuant of Connecticut statutes. Um, our first order of business today will be to um, go over the minutes from the meeting, from our previous meeting, because I don't see anybody else publicly here. I have read the minutes. I agree with them from December the 10th. So I will motion to accept said minutes.
Michael second.
Thank you. You agree, Mary Beth?
Yes, I was trying to remember what language I'm supposed to use. Yes, I agree.
That's okay. That's quite all right.
Yes, I agree.
All right, great. All right, so
Sorry.
that's that was some pretty hefty business we just took care of there.
I'll try to be more on the ball now.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. Okay, so second on our agenda, I am going to turn the meeting over to Laurel. She'll go over some of the numbers and stuff with us, and obviously, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to jump right on in here.
Okay.
Take it away.
Hello again, everyone.
Hello.
So we've obviously gotten a little busier with the warmer weather, and it being spring. And it seems like septic is picking up. We have several repairs plans coming in right now. B100A applications for additions and decks and pools and all of that are coming in consistently. So we'll see that actually increase probably over the next few months. But we have been busy. As you can see here, we're pretty much right on track with what we had expected to be at for July 1. With that, we are over what we already expected for repair plans and new, even commercial plans. So that is good. I guess that's keeping us busy, and we're getting the work done. Food inspections were being maintained. Samantha's doing a great job keeping on tabs with that. We are in full swing for temp event and farmer market season and applications. So this month and next month there'll be more. So there's a few that trickled in the last few months, but we have the farmers market starts in June, and we have several events, Jam at the Dam and others coming up in July and actually June. So those will also come up in those fields there. Salon relicensing we completed. It all went really well. We did inspections as part of the relicensing before we actually provided the license this year. So now everybody will be on track to be inspected at that same time next year when relicensing starts. So everybody's on the same schedule. And nail salons will be done again in June because they're every 6 months. So we're pretty much, that's all on track. I don't know. We had a few new complaints actually come in.
Yeah, it seemed like we were
Yeah,
very long on complaints this
yeah,
year.
we've been getting more and more complaints. Most of them are involving nuisance complaints. So, smells, rodents, a few food service complaints, which we usually handle immediately. So for the most part, they all have been handled. And they're not like undone sitting. Community health, she's been pretty busy. She was out a little bit because of some family stuff, our nurse Jill, but she's been still doing vaccines, checking our infectious disease and monitoring our reporting there. We had 12 cases in April for influenza, which is not expected, but not too bad. We did have reports of salmonella and That was actually handled by Food Corps, but we help them, especially if it's someone that works in food service or healthcare facility. Um, so that's pretty much as in is. We've had, where did I put my paper? Sorry, paper's in front of me and now I lost my front page. Oh, here we go.
We've already had
Yep.
4 cases of Lyme already.
Yeah, we've
Wow.
been taking in ticks since March. We've been getting a steady flow of ticks.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Yikes.
yeah, um, and usually people, they get the results mailed to them from the lab themselves, so they can do what they need to do as far as primary care. But they're pretty steady. You think they wouldn't be in March, but they have been all the way.
They
So
last
we'll
year
keep
round.
taking them in.
What was that, Mike?
I don't think ticks die. I remember seeing a report. They can only sometimes in February, but they're 12 months ticks.
Yeah, I mean, especially in winters where they can lay dormant under, warm leaves and things like that, they don't typically go away, they just come back full force, I guess. Um, but yeah, so we happily send those out for folks. The lab has been really quick to turn around those tests for people, so if they need to contact their doctor, they can pretty quickly. Um, so that's pretty much for environmental and community health. We've been doing steady community health outreach with our Region 1 partners. We've had the health fair at Jockey Hollow in April, which was fun to partner with them and be with the kids. We did 2 naloxone events, one at the EMS building, and Save a Life Day we did at the library. We held a little mini event there with hands-only CPR with Craig, the EMS head of the EMS there. So that's been busy. It's been fun. We did an evacuation seminar at the Community Health Coalition. Um, and we've have our Region 1 functional exercise. We had it, or a Region 1 functional exercise also in April. So that was great to do for our emergency preparedness deliverables. And we still have Sue Jacosi helping us with that and updating our plans, which will be finished for June 1st to first submission for the state. So that is all on track. And then revenue report, if you want to just tweak over to that. Where did it go?
Yeah, looked a little weak, especially in the septic area. I mean, almost everything we're short in the septic area.
Well, it doesn't seem like we are though, so this is interesting to me. Yeah, I thought that as well. It seems like we are busier than what this is showing. Um, I'm not really sure why, but I know that, we have several plans in right now that are just either waiting state approval or actually DEP approval. Um, and that just they haven't pulled permits for yet. So we've reviewed and they just wait until they're ready to start. Um, and the warmer it gets, the more applications we get for soil testing, and hopefully those numbers will pick up. I believe they will. We don't typically have to do the B100A site visits. I know that that has historically been on this and it's on our fee schedule, but that typically doesn't necessarily happen unless there is a question or concern with someone's application that they've submitted, like for a pool or deck or something like that, where we have to go out and verify that they're doing what they're saying, and typically the building department goes for their final inspections, and usually we piggyback off of them to ensure that the compliance has been made. So we don't always have to go out for those. So if you ever wonder why that's always zero, that's why. Um, hmm, Cosmetology license fees. So yeah, and we're probably about 40 salon licenses. We had a few open up during licensing. We've had an esthetician, another nail salon, actually two more nail salons that are new, brand new open up. And we will actually have a couple massage places coming in that unfortunately technically don't fall into this yet. And hopefully we can circle back and get those into our purview. But we do follow up with them, provide them the technical standards, and do an inspection before they open, even though we don't essentially license them at this point based on our local code. Public pools, we are doing all of them next week. They've all submitted. So that is about right where it always is. We don't have any new public pools. So that number is pretty standard. Yeah, so this is where we're at. If anyone has any questions about some of these numbers or concerns about them, feel free to let me know.
Yeah, a number of years ago, with some of the massage businesses, there was obviously lots of interest when we started talking about it. Like, should we be putting any of our own stuff in place?
Mhm.
Um, and then all of a sudden, the police were like, "Oh, we would like to go with you when you guys do that," for obvious reasons. And
Yeah.
after some debate, we're like, we'll just leave it up to whatever the state statutes are and leave it at that. Because, like you said, we do an inspection in the very beginning and then kind of let it go from there.
Yeah. It just seems that we have a few more coming in than I thought we would have. I mean, I think we're probably at maybe 5 or 6 places now,
Mm-hmm.
that, a few of them we haven't even been in because they have existed. And then we have new ones coming in, which we essentially can't really follow up on or regulate because we don't license them. We would hope that the people that are operating them are licensed. They are supposed to be licensed, but it's nice to have that relationship with them, to actually inspect and ensure that they're doing, health and safety protocols. So we can always follow up on that at another time, but it's certainly something to look into for the future.
Do any of the other local municipalities have ordinances on their books
Yes.
and do their follow-ups and inspections, licensing, different things
Yep.
like that?
So they typically fall with the salons, under the annual inspection and
Mm-hmm.
licensing. So pretty much all of the surrounding towns right now do have that in place. New towns went in place probably 2 years ago. Theirs is a little bit new, but Trumbull, Shelton area, they've all been doing it for several years. Brookfield. So we wouldn't be the only ones doing it. Everybody else is pretty much doing that as well.
Okay, is that something that you think we should be looking into?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
It would be a matter of a code change and a local ordinance change, which
Mm-hmm.
is not impossible. It would just be getting the language put together and
Yeah.
putting that forward, which I've done it before in other health departments, and it's just a matter of taking that information from another department or district and kind of just tweaking it to what fits us. It's
Mm-hmm.
typically the same because then it's consistent with what the surrounding towns are doing. Um, so it would just be a matter of getting it in place and on the record.
So I would suggest at this point over the next several months, you and or Barbara, get copies of the different ordinance from all the surrounding
Hmm.
areas, start
Hmm.
looking at them, see kind of what you feel is best for our town, and then we can all kind of discuss it once you kind of get a good feel for what's going to work best for us, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then obviously whatever type of fee structures, licensing,
Mhm.
inspections, however you're obviously the expert in this area to let us know what you think would be best roads to start going down.
Mm-hmm.
Grandfathering in places that are already here to a certain extent,
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. So, I would think, by later in the year, probably a good idea to put something together, on paper so we can
Mm-hmm.
start really discussing it and put some action into place for you.
Definitely. Yeah, I would definitely like to do that. Um, and I know definitely how to start it. So we'll do that for
Very
sure.
good.
Yeah. And it would be helpful adding that, adjusting the fee schedule anyway, because some of it is just, it's a little, I guess it's just not what we do typically every day. Some of the stuff that's on the fee schedule is not current to what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I guess a little backwards. I don't know how else to say it, but some of the things that we're charging that should be more or less in a different category, it just doesn't really make sense. And people get very confused with our fees for farmers markets and temp events. We have to like constantly talk to people about what they're supposed to be paying and what category they're in. It would be nice to just be able to simplify it so people weren't so confused about what the fees were for those type of licenses,
Okay.
because we do have it broken out in different categories by seats and things when uh,
Mm.
it gets really confusing for people, and we're not out there counting seats every day, so we have to kind of just go with what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't totally matter as far as licensing goes. So maybe as part of the salon ordinance adjustment or adding the massage in there, we can maybe tweak that as well to make it
Sure.
easier.
Yeah,
Sure.
that sounds
Again,
good.
make
Yeah.
whatever recommendations you see fit, and again, we can all discuss it. Um,
Yeah.
over the past many years that that I've been here, and actually Mike has been here as well. We've obviously adjusted fee schedule several times over the
Yeah.
years, and some of which took us half a forever to kind of figure out what would work best, and others were kind of just like, okay, let's do this and see if it works correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And then other things like you were talking about, like the farmers market kind of thing,
Yeah.
and temporary permits and those kinds of things that never even existed before. That was something that I don't even remember what member came up with the idea, but let's try putting something in for, like, a temporary event that somebody's going to have at Wolf Park, or they're gonna, they want to bring a number of vendors into, this, that, or the other thing
Mm-hmm.
place, and see, that way we can do a quick inspection, make sure everything looks up to snuff, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, kind of keep everything good. Uh,
Yeah.
so again, kind of think of what goes into it on your guy's side,
Mm-hmm.
and then obviously what makes sense, dollars and cents. We certainly want to, collect what we're due by the amount of time that you guys have to spend doing it.
Yeah.
But we certainly don't want to run anybody out of town doing the
Oh,
same thing,
no, definitely not.
So,
Yeah. Yeah,
so
just really looking to streamline it, because, and I'm just, as feedback comes in or as people have confusion, I kind of just jot it down, for
mhm,
the feedback of it, because I definitely would like to make it easier for
Mm.
people and for us, so that we're not having to explain or justify or actually go,
mhm,
oh, wait a minute, I don't know where you fall under. This is confusing.
sure.
Yeah,
So
it sounds like you have ideas to definitely make it user friendly, which is
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
So that will be something to come. So let's see, grant report. I'll just move on as if we're all good with that, right? Or,
Yeah.
okay. Workforce development. We have some money to spend. I haven't spent down much of that since Samantha's last trip to Arizona. We've been using it obviously for other trainings and professional development, and for our professional licenses and memberships, which is great. We have until November 27 to use that money. Um, we had a meeting this past week with other health departments that kind of want to collaborate to do like a larger scale training for, environmental health staff, maybe like a field training, and try to, pool some of our money to get something together for like a larger scale training event. So hopefully that will come to fruition over the next few months. Um, but we do have a, a pretty good amount of money available, so hopefully we can put it to some good use in the next few months over the summer when it's nice out. Um, our emergency preparedness grant, we're in budget period 2, quarter 3. We've submitted and we've been paid already for that, so we're definitely on track for that. Sue Jacosi has been extremely helpful in maintaining our plans and giving us support for our Region 1 deliverables. And yeah, so we're on track for the end for quarter 4, which will end, by July 1. So that's pretty status quo. As for old business, I was trying to circle back to the last meeting in December. We spoke about OpenGov. That I feel like is just an ongoing, I don't know if it's even considered old business anymore because it's just an ongoing project. We're still reworking and updating those workflows as things come in. As we go through relicensing, if there's things with applications that just aren't working, we're just trying to update it as we go and as we use it. The more we use it, the more we know what needs to be fixed, or if applicants are having trouble with certain aspects of it, we try to adjust to whatever they need. And, we're still working with the building department, zoning, so we all kind of touch similar applications and we kind of just work together to make it work for everybody. Um,
Now, do we have, I know there was a big to-do about trying to get all of the like site plans and so forth kind of scanned in. Is
mhm.
that done?
When we get applications with large scale plans, they're supposed to upload them to the application, so they're already existent in the record. Sometimes they can't figure it out, so we will scan it in and upload it. So if someone were to make an OpenGov account and search the property, they should be able to see everything that has been done for that application and that property. We do still upload like permits to discharge and as-built to the Laserfiche system because it's connected to the town GIS. So when people go to do like a property search and pull up their property card, it's attached to it. So we still have to do both. So it's a little bit extra, but it's not terrible. But it is, all those plans are uploaded, and even like building department zoning, all large plans are to be uploaded to that portal. So anyone can see it if they create an account. Let's see. We finished the Radon Partnership Program that we started back in December, January. Results from the lab on those tests have slowly been coming in, and as they come in, we just report back to the participants in that, and hopefully we'll have a final meeting with the state on how that went this year. And that's pretty much it for any of that old business. New business, I have some exciting news. We finally found someone to hire for the Sanitarian Program Planner 1 position. We have been searching tirelessly. We've had a lot of interviews, met some really nice people, good candidates, but I think this young woman will do well. Her name is Alex Yoga. She graduated from UMass Lowell with public health. So she's new. She doesn't have much local health experience, but she seems very motivated and willing to learn. So we're going to train her up and see how things go. But I'm happy to have um, someone coming in um, and some help. So, um, and she will be plan to be starting May 26th, so after the holiday. And that is pretty much it for new business on my end. Everything else is as usual. And does anyone have any questions for me? Any concerns?
No, congrats on the new hire.
Yeah, it took a long time to find someone. But I mean, that is the case for a lot of places now. So, um, but yeah, that's exciting.
So it'll be you and this new person and Barbara.
Me, yep, Sam, and the new girl is basically what Kelsey was.
Okay.
And then, yeah, Barbara's here part-time. She's actually been staying sometimes a little longer than she usually does, just because, the office needs someone here,
Mm-hmm.
which is great. She's been willing to help out and stay, which, is part of the contract anyway, but that's been helpful. Because, like today I was at a commissioners meeting all day and Sam wasn't in, so Barbara stayed, all day, which was good. And it'll just be nice for someone to help with the community health outreach that we're doing and just man the Facebook and try to promote our steady steps and, just get more, another person on the ground to get those programs out there to the community. So I'm excited for that. Yes. And then I guess also new business I should mention. I know that July 1 will be some regulation changes from the state. There has been several things that have, I guess, already passed, but have not, by July 1, they will be rolled out. So there's a lot of changes with the subsurface sewage, um, drinking water. They have other programs and things that they will be rolling out. And hopefully we are going to be getting the technical guidance behind that because some of the changes are pretty significant and can impact our workload here, which is already pretty busy. And, we just haven't really received too much information on that. So hopefully we'll get something soon as it already is May. And July 1 is coming quick. Let me see.
That doesn't give you a whole lot of time to really
No,
prepare,
I
does
mean,
it?
there's been a lot of discussions about it, but we just don't exactly know what it's all going to look like yet, which is I guess the part that makes me a little anxious. If you feel like looking it up, it's Public Act 26-13. It's all about changes to, stuff with local health and subsurface sewage changes, which for us will be a big impact because we're all septic
Yeah.
in Monroe.
Wow.
And that, it includes things that will require more responsibility out of local health. And, we're already a small staff as it is. So hopefully it's not going to be too crazy, but we'll see. And I'm sure there'll be more trainings and things that we'll have to attend and, to get apprised of the new regs. So more to come on that.
All right.
But just so you're aware that there is something coming. And that's pretty much it on my end. Just trying to hold down the fort.
That's a lot. Yeah, a lot going on.
There's a
Yeah,
lot going
it's
on.
been a while since we met, so
I
Yeah.
know.
a lot of
A lot
exciting
has
updates.
happened, a lot of trainings, a lot of meetings, and then just the general day to day. We're plugging right along here. So, but it's been good. We've been doing pretty good as a team here.
So
That's
good.
awesome.
Any questions, Mary Beth? Any questions or concerns?
I have no concerns. Nope, I'm good.
Mr. Mike, anything for you, my friend?
No, I'm good.
All right, great. Laurel, thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
That was a lot of really awesome detail you gave us tonight. So at this time, I'll motion to go ahead and adjourn the meeting.
I'll second it.
Excellent. All right, everybody. Recording stop.